you want to call him. He's been there in the industry for more than 25 years, I know. And then we have Ashok Patil, who's a brilliant winemaker from there. And of course, we have our good friend of mine, a brilliant master of wine, one of the oldest in the industry in the world. And like I was telling earlier, he's completing 60 years of working with wines, and I think he's the only one in the world today with that experience in the business of wine. I don't know how many tankers of wine have you had so far in your life, but I think that's good. Yeah, I think great taster and one of the very respected people in the industry, in the wine industry, and he's come here actually for a big event that is happening in Hyderabad, so we are glad to have him with us. And a special welcome to His Excellency the Ambassador of Greece, and always a pleasure to have him. He is really passionate about wine, and we have developed some sort of bond, I think. I've been to Greece after I met him, and I love Greek wines and the Greeks even more after I went there. And we meet each other fairly often, and I invited them to see how the Indian wines are doing, and thank you very much for coming. And we have friends from Dutch Embassy. She's there, and you are the American, right? You're a Trump man, you're a Trump guy.
So far it was a nice evening, but it's going down real fast.
Don't worry, to come back up, okay. We'll talk about Hillary a little later, okay? But so we have 5 wines today. Some of you are new, and so I should tell you, our format has always been like this, the last 15 years. This is our 15th year of delWine Club, and we're trying to do different things, and this is one of those things where we are launching the wine. 5 wines and 2 whites and 3 reds, and I'll have Ashok and Clive talk about the wines a little bit as we go along. And we have Sauvignon Blanc, we have Viognier, and then we have Shiraz, Tempranillo, and Cabernet Sauvignon. Sit down. We have 5-6 courses, but they'll be served to you on the table. And we have tried to do the pairing. And this restaurant has beautiful contemporary Indian food. I mean, John told me that his one condition is he wants to eat only Indian food. So I think he's very happy with what he's seen so far, and I think dinner will be even better, I think, John. So we will, let me have Clive explain to you about the first wine, Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay. Good evening to all of you, and especially thanks to Subhash for giving us a platform to launch wines through delWine Club. And thank you, Subhash. And thank you, John. Thank you. And on behalf of Parag and Ashok, my colleagues, thank you again to all of you. The creation of Charosa has been started from the year 2008, where it's owned by a gentleman by the name of Mr. Ajit Gulabchand, the chairman of HCC Group. More of a construction company, but the energy and the diversity of getting in the wine business was purely for passion from Mr. Ajit Gulabchand, because the one-line statement he said, let's put Indian wine into the world wine map. Wants to create an Indian wine that can par with international standards. Although we were ready in the year 2011, we had our first 2 years of harvest, a fun year harvest. We created a lot of fun with it, but we never launched it. Officially we launched in 2013 in Mumbai, in Maharashtra. We just recently, just about now that we've entered the Delhi market. Charosa is a small little village in Nasik area. We are about 750 meters above the sea level. Interesting winery. We use a lot of gravitational flow. The state of winery is purely built on a very high international standard, using the best of the equipment, the Delta and Velo machineries that we use in our production. We use, like I said, Subhash mentioned, we have varietals such as Sauvignon Blanc, Viognier. Viognier is one of our highlights. Last year was voted as the best white wine of Asia. And Subhash was also there as one of the judges in that forum. So it's a very interesting, very beautiful wine. The first wine that you are tasting today was a Sauvignon Blanc, and What we did with Sauvignon Blanc, we tried to create the typicity of a grape. Basically, we're trying to give what really Sauvignon Blanc is all about. We kept that flavors, the characteristic of Sauvignon Blanc intact. We never want to deviate from it. We want to showcase what really it is. Characteristic of the Sauvignon Blanc, if you notice it, it's got a little gooseberries, guava aromas, very tropical in aromas, more of a closest resemblance to the New Zealand style of Sauvignon Blanc. All of it because what we do is our biggest USP, our style, our consistency is for a single definition. One is that we are the only vineyards in the country to have a GAP certification, Good Agricultural Practice. Charosa is the only company right now to have this certification. And the second one of the USP is that before we crush the grapes, we allow the grapes to stay in the chill room, in the cold room for about at least 24 hours at a temperature of 7 to 8 degrees Celsius, and then we crush it. Probably you wonder why we do it, is because at different temperature zone from 7 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when we crush the grapes, at different temperature zone, a lot of aroma profile from the grapes gets lost in the transit. So in order to capture the entire aromatic flavors of a grape varietals, we crush it at a single temperature about 7 to 8 degrees Celsius. That gives us the consistency. And the way the winery is designed, it's more of a gravitational flow, where very basic human hands are used in the entire flow of the winery. And it's very interesting, a very beautiful style the winery is made. In technicality, we have also Ashok with us as we go along, we will taste it. And so enjoy the Sauvignon Blanc, and this is what it's about. And the more you drink, the better I smile and the better we all smile. Right?
But that happens anyway if you drink more.
Yeah.
We're going to sit down in a minute, but before that, can I request John to say a couple of words? He was at the tasting and give his impression, general impression, and then sit down for dinner after that. In general, you can say, but then they can taste it.
John was here, we did some tasting earlier, and he went through all the wines, and he has some impression about what the Charosa, the entire portfolio he tasted.
Well, good evening everybody, and what a pleasure to be here. My first evening in India. We've just tasted the wines which you're about to taste, and in order not to be long-winded, I think it's easier if I say a few words about each wine during the dinner. So to start with the Sauvignon Blanc, I have to say that in all honesty, I was very impressed with it. I was impressed particularly by the acidity. I would think that it cannot be easy in the Indian climate to retain freshness, and freshness is exactly what this Sauvignon Blanc has. It is crisp and it is fresh. It's a little bit fatter and richer than the Sauvignon Blancs that we make in Bordeaux, and it's a great deal nicer than those grassy things that they make in New Zealand. But I like, above all, I like this bright fruit. The fruit comes through very, very strongly, the Sauvignon fruit, together with a nice bright acidity, not green at all, not unripe, but just nice and bright, and with very nice, like biting into a fresh grape, nice crackling fruit. And at the same time, it's ready to drink. It's not a wine to keep, it's not a wine to age. It's a wine to drink nice and young and enjoy now. And that will take us into dinner. I'll talk a bit more later.
Yes. Thank you. We can sit down, take our seats, and
Maybe